Most creators don't burn out after going full time. They burn out before they ever get close. The goal isn't 100,000 subs. For most people, the first brutal wall is at 1,000. And it's not because the content isn't good. It's because the process, the actual grind, isn't sustainable. If you're writing, filming, editing, scripting, scheduling, uploading, and repurposing every piece of content by yourself, that's not a system. That's a trap. No team, no income, no feedback, just hours of unpaid work and a hope that one day the algorithm will notice. That's why creators burn out, not because they failed, but because they ran out of time, energy, or bandwidth before anything even started working. Let's talk about how to fix that. Burnout doesn't hit like a wall. It builds up slowly. It starts when making content feels like it's costing more than it's returning. You stare at an empty Notion page for 40 minutes just to come up with a title. You spend 3 hours on a video edit that 20 people watch. You schedule posts, write captions, build thumbnails, all while juggling real life. And over time, you're not tired, you're numb. This is the unspoken part of early content creation creative output with no feedback. You're publishing into silence, no comments, no validation, no results. And the moment that silence goes on long enough, people stop creating, not because they don't care, but because the process became too expensive to justify. Even worse, they internalize the lack of feedback as failure, and that's where the spiral starts, not from numbers, but from doubt. You start questioning if your ideas are good, if the niche is wrong, if the market is saturated, when in reality, the content might be fine. The system just isn't designed to scale solo. Now let's talk about what actually causes it. First, decision fatigue. Everything is a choice. What to post, when to post, what to say, how to say it, where to put it. All those micro decisions wear you down. Every time you open your editor or writing tool without a plan, you're burning mental energy. And that adds up, especially when no one is giving you feedback, validation, or direction. Second, output inconsistency. When everything depends on how motivated you feel today, it creates a cycle of burst publishing and burnout. Motivation spikes. You publish 3 videos in a week. The next week, nothing, because you're drained and disorganized. This inconsistency not only kills your growth, it chips away at your identity as a creator. And when you stop seeing yourself as a creator, you stop creating. Third, inefficient systems. Most creators are making their content in a way that doesn't scale. Scripting from scratch, editing every frame manually, writing fresh captions for every platform. No batching, no templates, no automation. You're starting from zero every time, like trying to build a house with no blueprints. It's not the workload that burns you out, it's how unoptimized it is. This is where AI becomes more than just a trend. It becomes the difference between quitting and continuing. Because when AI removes the friction, you remove the pressure. And when you remove the pressure, you get your focus back. AI doesn't create for you. It clears the path so you can create more easily. It starts with scripting. Instead of spending hours outlining a video, you give ChatGPT a clear prompt, and it gives you a full structure in 30 seconds. Not a finished product, a starting point. Now you're not staring at a blank page. You're editing, improving, building momentum. Even better, you can build a prompt library. Write a video outline in my tone. Give me 5 high FOMO hook variations. Turn this script into a shorts version under 30 seconds. Instead of starting from scratch, you're starting from strategy. Then comes a voice. Using ElevenLabs, you can generate human-quality voiceovers in your brand tone without recording, re-recording, or wasting energy on delivery. No microphone, no setup, no retakes, just drag, drop, done. And because the voices are consistent, it keeps your brand recognizable, even as you scale output. Next is video formatting. Runway ML gives you visuals, B-roll, transitions, animated text without needing to shoot or design. OpusClip takes long videos and auto-generates short form with jump cuts, captions, and headlines. What used to take 3 days, scripting, voiceover, editing, clipping, now takes 3 hours. That's not a shortcut, that's leverage. These aren't gimmicks, they solve real production bottlenecks. And when you combine them, you're not just making content faster, you're creating a repeatable machine. One long-form video becomes 6 clips. 6 clips become a full week of content. And you didn't spend a single hour editing manually. Those clips can be captioned, posted, and scheduled automatically using tools like repurpose.io or Metricool. You've gone from doing everything manually to doing it once and letting AI handle the rest. And here's something most creators don't realize. The more content you automate, the more attention you can put on what matters. Ideas, quality, and brand, not busy work. This is what allows podcasters to publish a 45-minute episode, then turn it into 3 viral shorts, a quote graphic for Instagram, a carousel breakdown for LinkedIn, a blog post from the transcript, all with 0 additional time behind a mic. Writers are doing the same thing, using GPT to turn essays into YouTube scripts, and those scripts into newsletters, carousels, or tweets. Solo course creators are building content libraries where every lesson, slide, and narration is AI-assisted. No design software, no video editor, just systems that multiply their effort instead of draining it. But burnout doesn't always look like quitting. Sometimes it looks like quietly lowering your standards. You stop scripting as much, you skip thumbnails, you tell yourself, good enough. Not because you don't care, but because you don't have anything left to give. Then a week goes by, then 3. And before you know it, you haven't published in a month. Not because you failed, but because your system failed you. This is what most people never say. Creators don't burn out from creating. They burn out from the weight of everything else around it. The pressure to be consistent, the pressure to keep up, the pressure to grow when nothing seems to be working. This is why AI matters, not because it saves time, but because it saves mental energy. And when you're a solo creator, that's the most limited resource you have. Every small task you eliminate adds back capacity. Capacity to think, to create, to plan, to breathe. When ChatGPT gives you 10 title options in 20 seconds, that's one less creative decision that drains you. When ElevenLabs delivers clean voiceover in minutes, you don't have to record when you're tired or sick. When OpusClip gives you 6 clips automatically, you don't have to dig through footage at midnight to find one highlight. These aren't just conveniences, they're pressure valves. They keep creators from collapsing under the weight of having to be everything at once. Writer, editor, marketer, designer, strategist. No other industry expects one person to do every role flawlessly, but creators try to, and it's unsustainable. This is where the real shift is happening, not in productivity, but in permission. AI is giving creators permission to stop doing things the hard way. That doesn't mean you stop learning the craft, it means you stop treating burnout like a badge of honor. Because the new game isn't about who works the hardest, it's about who can stay consistent without sacrificing their health, identity, or peace. In the next few years, creators who survive won't be the ones who grind hardest. They'll be the ones who build the cleanest systems. They'll create with less guesswork. They'll publish without panic. They'll build brands that last because they weren't built on burnout. AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to remove the parts of the job that are most likely to replace you. The stuff that drains your energy, kills your voice, or slows your growth. And when you use it well, you don't just create more, you create better. Because you're finally operating from a place of clarity, not survival. That's the shift from trying to keep up to finally feeling like you're in control.